welcome to the cafe. Today's poem is The Moon and the Yew Tree by Tori Dent. This is the light, the mind, cold and planetary. The trees of the mind are black. Their irregular branches like broken arms, backlit from MRI dye, offset by yearning. They take form in ways only experts can decipher. The light is blue. The observation of the alien doctor flickers in his iris, furnace gaslight burning like a pagan memorial. The grasses unload their grief on my feet as if I were God. I pity their need for idolatry, bears itself only to the void of me, prickling my ankles and murmuring of their humility. I am unable to convince them otherwise. I hear them mew and compete as if for a rough teat's clear nutrition. Foolish rule of the organic, uncultured and out of control, I am mum and tidy as a nun in comparison. Though capable of devastation are my desires which punish the landscape with reclamation, uprooting the hedges. They swallow fire, speak in 4 languages, and love no one. I shudder with pride as they push themselves back to their origin, to the scraped out bottom of a uterine nothing. This hard loneliness, skull solid, pushed back into vagueness, until it succumbs as if overwhelmed by barbituraries. You me, spiritist mist inhabit this place, separated from my house by a row of headstones. Its green vapors trigger an olfactory deja vu, like a recurrent nightmare. I envied the buried faces, finally freed from worry and ailment, from the pressure to remain always forward thinking. I picture their release, prostrate bodies floating up as if levitated. What peace, what stillness has shoveled onto their pine box beds, where darkness then dropped all at once, final as an execution. I simply cannot see where there is to get to. The moon is no door, it is a face in its own right, white as a knuckle, terribly set. I identify with its nausea. It meets me in the mirror uninvited, this face beneath my face, restless and unwilling. It formulates inside me like a kicking fetus and refuses to be ignored. It haunts and threatens like a past trauma. It drags the sea after it like a dark crime, mute and mug-shot. It is quiet, like someone suffocated who suddenly stops struggling. I recognize in its warm dead the expression of the starving. With the agape of complete despair, I live here. Against me a force, not stronger or more intelligent, but more adaptable to poor weather like dandelions. I can feel it whittle me down to horse feed pellets. I am being winnowed out of the earth's circulation, with a pairing incremental as this winter's passing. Twice on a Sunday the bells startled the sky, 8 great tongues affirming the resurrection. I'm forced to listen to the liturgical lecturing, truant student of a Catholicism I loathe. At the end, they soberly bong out their names, myths and ideas I could never bring myself to believe in. My prayers, the self-flagellation of unrequited love. The yew tree points up like a New England steeple. It has a Gothic shape, used to remind me of home. Eyes lift after it and find the moon. Once fragile as rice paper, it hangs static and tough, like a noose signifying more hardship ahead. Interrogating flashlight that hurts my eyes. Now no home exists, just an empty bed. a pile of mangled sheets atop a dark wood floor, like snow atop the frozen mud tracks of hoof and wheel. The moon is my mother. She is not sweet like Mary. She licks her white feathers and stares back with one eye, vicious as a swan about to bite. Her blue garments unloose small bats and owls. I watch, my leg caught in the truth of my life, where beyond human emotion I've traveled at this point. How I would like to believe in tenderness, in those symbiotic unions that elicit sweet concepts. Mother and child, father and daughter, husband and wife. The face of the effigy gentle by candles, its cheekbones flushed with an afterworld of favoritism. Bending on me in particular, its mild eyes, hair waving, mouth parted in mid-speech like a drowned Ophelia. I have fallen a long way. I lie at the bottom, smashed like a dinner plate against kitchen tile, china chips and jagged bits. I lie at the bottom, shattered and dangerous, looking up at the baby's stunned engrossment. I'm moving closer to Pluto and Mars. Clouds are flowering blue and mystical over the face of the stars. It will not be quick. Death drinks me in slow as syrup. Inside the church, the saints will be all blue. They've ascended into heaven's oxygen-deprived morgue, floating on their delicate feet over the cold pews, their hands and faces stiff with holiness. Mannequins perennially enacting the nativity in a wax museum. The moon sees nothing of this. She is bald and wild. As one dying of cancer, she begs for relief, but her pillow-muffled shrieks disperse with the other sounds and shadows of the night. We are left alone, her cadaver face, gaunt and grim, quiescent mine. And the message of the yew tree is blackness, blackness and silence. The door is always open.